How's my sound? Happy Easter. What's happening, people? I am just doing a quick live. Oops, see, it's recording me now. Well, it's always recording us, right? Just came on to do a quick live, mostly to say Happy Easter and to see if I can talk with the wax in my teeth. I refuse to take it out because it's so hard to get it right. And then I have to take it out to eat or to talk, and then it's just ridiculous. So I'm leaving it in. Again, thanks for bearing with me. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of hoping to start a conversation, open up a discussion, learn something, be educational. All of my videos are made for the tube of you and me, and it's an infotainment platform. Please hit your like button if you don't mind. Oh, I didn't turn on my little flower lights. These are cute, aren't they? Sometimes I just leave them turned off, but I might as well turn them on since I am thinking about it. And make sure you're still subscribed if you are subscribed. Hello, Patricia. Good evening. Share a video of mine with somebody that you think might like it. Turn on your notification bell to ring. Aren't these cool? They're just like very whimsical, funky little lights. Let's see, I got a blue one. How is your Easter, my dear? Can you see the blue one? And then I got a little green one over here. Good afternoon. It is a good afternoon. You inspired me to get out and do some gardening today. Just lots of cleaning up from the winter and from the storms. Don't celebrate it. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I guess our president doesn't either. Did you hear about his post that he made today where he was just like cursing and talking about blowing up everything? Let me fix my little pigtails. What a weirdo. It's Easter and he's, on social media saying inappropriate words. I mean, I think it's fine for people to say inappropriate words. I think it's appropriate a lot of the time, but not when you're the president, and especially not on Easter when you're the president. He's just weird, man. He's lost his mind. And I hear people talk about the 25th Amendment. You said no, you didn't hear about it. You probably don't want to, right? And, I have very strong feelings about that 25th Amendment because my fear is that it would put J.D. Vance in the driver's seat, which is the only thing I can think of that would be worse than the situation that we're in now. And so I would prefer that whole thing. What is it? The Amendment to Section 4 or something like that. I'm always having to look it up so that I get it right. Where they can get rid of the vice president and the cabinet, everybody that they need to, everybody that's been treasonous and all that. So seriously wrong in the head, prez or not. He has always been this way. He is just not making it as much, masking it as much. Yeah, he's not. Exactly. He's always been really without a filter, but he's like extra without a filter now. So I think it is Section 2 it's Section 2, Article 4 of the Constitution. Is that right? No, that's different. It's the opposite, isn't it? Is it Article 2? Article 2, Section 4. I think that's it. Yeah. Article 2, Section 4 of the U.S. Constitution provides the impeachment clause, stating that the president, vice president, and all civil officers shall be removed from office upon impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. It ensures accountability by allowing Congress to remove officials. We need this. Wouldn't that be a lovely Easter gift for all of us? Hey, Patricia, did you just lose your wrench? No, that's because I have you highlighted where you said nope. Here, let me highlight this one. See, that's what's so weird about it, highlighting the pinned message at the bottom, because it's like you show up in blue because you have a wrench as a mod, and then the one that I highlighted is just regular like gray writing. And so I was like, wait, did you just make a comment without your wrench? Okay, no, you're still there. Key aspects of Article 2, Section 4. I got to remember that. Article 2, Section 4. Targeted officials applies to the president, the vice president, and quote unquote civil officers, federal officials. Offenses limited to treason. We have that. Bribery. We also have that. Or other high crimes and misdemeanors. I'm sure we have dozens more every day. Seriously. Process requires impeachment by the House of Representatives and conviction by the Senate. Purpose ensures that officials do not exercise unchecked power and are held responsible for misconduct. Well, could we please have some assurance that these officials are not going to exercise unchecked power and that they're going to be held responsible for misconduct? Because we've had like almost none of that. I could say none of that, but there's been a little bit, just a wee smidge, right? It is because they own the three branches. They own everything, Patricia. So I found out today that YouTube, or in the last 24 hours, I think it was today, I found out that YouTube, or the parent company of YouTube, that's called, is it Alphabet Inc. or something like that, donated $24 million to the Trump administration since the inauguration. $24 million. Let me finish reading this real quick. This section serves as a mechanism to check abuse of power distinct from electoral processes. It does not automatically remove an entire administration if the president is convicted, but only the individuals convicted. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. So let's see. Parent company of YouTube is the same as the parent company of Google. Company of YouTube. I think it's Alphabet Inc. YouTube is owned by Alphabet Inc., the parent company that was created in 2015. Google acquired YouTube in November 2006 for $1.65 billion, and it now operates as a subsidiary of Google LLC under the Alphabet umbrella. Key points about YouTube's ownership. The parent company, Alphabet Inc. Direct owner, Google LLC. Acquisition date, November 13th, 2006. Management, YouTube operates under Alphabet Google's services segment with Sundar Pichai as the CEO. It's Pichai, and the first name is Sundar. Sundar Pichai as the CEO of Alphabet and Google, and Neil Mohan as the CEO of YouTube. Alphabet Inc. is a massive technology conglomerate that also owns other companies like Waymo and DeepMind, while YouTube remains a primary driver of its advertising revenue. So it's just important to keep these things in mind. 7 companies owned by Google, Alphabet. So YouTube, Wazi, DoubleClick, Nest, Looker, Fitbit, and Mandiant. And then where this really interests me is where the Hamburglar family from Truckee, California comes into play. HAMBRECHT. Quist Capital Management. So was it Nate Hambrick that was the one that had been dating Scammy? But then they broke up, and then he was dating Kylie Rodney after she broke up with Jägermeister. And then Nate Hambrick was one of the last people to see Kylie, I think. He was at the party along with more than half a dozen other Nates. So Hambrick and Quist, closed healthcare funds managed by Hambrick and Quist Capital Management in Boston. Wow. Hambrick, HAMBRECT. So I call them the Hamburglers just so it doesn't kick up the algorithm. YouTube has made me more woke, so that's interesting. And I love YouTube. I mean, I do. It's provided a lot for me. I've been at odds with YouTube since I started my channel because it was pretty quickly into the Kylie Rodney case. I think that a lot of us realized that there was a conflict of interest with the Hamburglar family, with YouTube, with Zuck, who was boots on the ground. And the Hamburglar family goes way back generations. So does the Jägermeister family. And then Jägermeister's mom might have been might have created a company to help survivors of transporting. I don't know if that was the same one or not. There was a lot of weird stuff. So Hambrick and Quist, H&Q, an investment bank headquartered in San Francisco, has a very unique culture relative to its Wall Street counterparts. This is an article from Harvard Business School from 25 years ago. Hambrick and Quist. Dang. So I was going to look up just Bill Hambrick. Bill Hambrick. And it's interesting that they were like next door neighbors of the lodge that Kylie was raised in, the Lost Trail Lodge, and that all of that was like up by the Donner Pass, where the Donner Party, did all of that survival person eating thing, way back a long time ago. Oh my goodness. So Bill Hambrick is still alive, the granddad. He's 91 years old. He was born in 1953. And his spouse, Sally Hambrick, he founded the company in 98. He helped persuade Google to use an internet-based auction for their initial public offering in 2004. Dutch auctions, interesting. And then there's the winery. So they have a winery in their family, and so does Jägermeister. So Hambrick, credited as one of the first major investment bankers to recognize the value of technology and biotech companies, helping to take Apple Computer, Genentech, Adobe Systems public in the 80s with his earlier San Francisco-based company, Hambrick and Quist, which he founded in 1968. Wow. The firm was bought by Chase Manhattan in 99. In 97, he sponsored the foundation of Boom Securities. Oh, wait, what's this? He has been listed as one of the top political donors in the country, giving mostly to Democratic candidates, and credits Nancy Pelosi, whom he met in the 70s, with inspiring him to get involved in politics. He was on the Motorola board of directors and the AOL board of directors. And he was also an investor in football in the 80s. That's interesting because our president tried to start his own football league, didn't he? Very interesting. The Hamburglers, perfect name. I know, I love it. It's so funny. Especially, Popeye the Sailor Man. I think of this whole like bizarre presidential administration that we have. I think of them as pirates. Like they act like pirates. Even before Jiz and her Terra Mar company trying to rule the oceans, I've just always felt like they're gangsters. I mean, they're absolute gangsters. So what was the other thing I wanted to look up real quick with all of that? And because then it's Bob is the dad. That's the son of Bill. And the son of Bill Hamburglar, father of Nate Hamburglar. Okay, so now he's a partner at Allotroop Partners, a merchant bank based in Oakland. This is the son of Bill and the father of Nate, who again was hanging out with Kylie, who Scammy was probably jealous of because Nate and Scammy went out for like a year. Allotrope identifies and develops companies and projects in the clean economy, helps deploy pools of capital into those opportunities, and educates decision makers on successful policy and investment paradigms. Interesting, because all of that green stuff is like the antithesis of what our country is going in the direction of with coal and oil. We hate the windmills, they're evil, and anything green. Okay, so I do need to wrap up because I got some family stuff going on, but let me see what else I wanted to share with you guys. That I started a new term today because how I always say Trumpstein files. I decided to try this. And it's weird because hashtag Trumpstein files was like a huge hashtag with thousands involved in that hashtag. And like a week ago, it got deleted. It got scrubbed. So there is no hashtag Trumpstein files anymore that I know of. I'll check it again, see if it got unscrubbed. But I thought just like Tepstein, the Tepstein files. Does that work? Is that helpful? I also was looking into other tragedies to see what other distractions that there've been in the Tepstein files since like October of 2025. On the 10th of October, there was that big plant explosion in Tennessee at a manufacturing plant where 16 people passed away. 8 days before that, the 2nd of October, there was a mass casualty event in the UK at a synagogue on Yom Kippur. And then at the end of November, there was the situation in DC where National Guardsman was unalived. I think 2 were wounded, and then 1 didn't make it and 1 did. And again, these things might not be related, but they might be. Like, especially that shooting in DC, the National Guardsman, like, I thought that was very sus. And I've always been suspicious of the Rob Reiner with his wife and the son, Nick Reiner. Of course, it seems pretty obvious that Nick did it. But I still can't rule out that there was some kind of like MK Ultra thing going on there. I can't. And then the beginning of January, the 7th was Renee Good's tragedy. And then the 24th of January was Alex Pretty's tragedy. Thank goodness that airman from the F-15E was found safe over there in Iran, you guys, just in the last 24 hours. That's phenomenal. And then after, the 6 days that he was missing in action, and our government wasn't willing to acknowledge the situation, now they're trying to take credit for him being rescued when I don't think they did anything for him to be rescued. I think that the credit is him, his training, and I think he found Iranians that helped him out. So I think that that's where the credit is. I could be wrong. I'll have to look into it more. But yeah, I should wrap up since it is the holiday. Happy Easter bunnies. Yeah. Oh, I missed 2 of your comments. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm on top chat. Let me fix that. And then we'll try to wrap up. Thank you, Patricia. And thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. You missed my text before Hamburglers. Okay, let's see what that one was. I love this research. I just learned so much. Alphabet. What is the rest of its name? I think it's Alphabet LLC, or no, Alphabet Inc., right? I think it's Alphabet Inc. But yeah, I know. I love the research. That's why I love doing this channel. And thank you, Patricia, because it helps me be much more excited and engaged when you're here to interact with. So thanks for carrying the chat, my dear. And let me catch up with the rest of your, so this one, I think that I missed that one too. Google as well has awakened me. Again, interesting. Did they start all of this before they went to the dark side? It's hard to say. I mean, there's always been a dark side. And the dark side doesn't have to be that dark, it can just be like the shadow side. But there is a super dark side of like the whole Titanic thing when you're dealing with the elites, when you're dealing with greed and just like the perversion of humanity, people wanting to hurt other people wanting to control other people. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. And what got us all, so many of my viewers, and I think you're one of them, Patricia, what got me into starting my channel was the whole case with Kylie Rodney. Like, that is such a horrible tragedy, and it's awakened us all to so much. So there's something really dark that happened there in Truckee, and there's a lot of gifts that have come from that horrible situation, and it's just god awful. She was 16. She was such a talented, intelligent young woman with her whole freaking life ahead of her, and just graduated high school, ready to start college. That recording that she put on Spotify, crazy. Absolutely crazy. And yeah, I always feel like there's something good that comes from every tragedy, and always looking at any um any crisis as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to learn. A crisis is a challenge. It's a dangerous opportunity, basically. And our whole, not only is our country in a crisis right now, like the whole planet is in this crisis of, on the precipice of World War III. And then our leader, our freaking deranged supreme leader, saying that Tuesday's the deadline. What, Taco Tuesday? I mean, he keeps tacoing. He keeps moving the goalposts. Like, oh, this is the deadline. No, that's the deadline. And he's so haphazard. He's so flippant. So let me see if I can catch up the rest of your comments here. Thank you for alerting me to that. I always try to get on live chat instead of top chat. You actually missed two. One was a question. Oh, about the dark side. Yeah. Found safe. Wow. Got help from them. Wow. Yeah, I think that the Iranians that it's like advertised to them that if they help our troops, that they'll get paid handsomely for that. I think that that's a thing. But also, I mean, there's just some people that are good, right? Believe it or not. Thanks, Jazzy. Thank you, Patricia. KR introduced me to you. I know, she introduced me to my channel because I just felt like a pressing need to start this channel because of Kylie and the situation that she was in, and the things that I felt like weren't being addressed in all of the YouTube videos that I was watching. The main thing being the corruption in the police, the law enforcement. And then, sorry for the background noise. The TV is on right on the other side of the wall there. So it derails my brain. But what am I trying to say? Kylie and the police, and them allowing for Scammy to like rule the investigation. And then for us to find out way later that Scammy's parents, with their Sierra investigation company, that they basically controlled $34 billion worth of government contracts for the Truckee area over the 10-year period from 2020 to 2030. And I always want to give Shan, Squirrels on Fire, a shout out for discovering that in one of her lives when she was researching. So yeah, this one's for Kylie, huh? Kylie, Rodney, we will never forget her. A lot of the demonetization of Iran is our propaganda. The demonization, sorry, I didn't clean my glasses before I started this live. A lot of the demonization of Iran is our propaganda. Yeah, it is. It is. Well, happy Sunday to you, Patricia. And I'm going to sign off real quickly because, like I said, I got family stuff going on and I didn't know if I'd be able to come on live later. And if I can't come on live later, I'll just plan on doing something tomorrow. So peace and love. Oh, Anna Bees. right in the nick of time, dear. I do need to sign off, though. I'm so sorry, honey. I will talk to you soon. I'll try to come on late tonight, and then if not, then tomorrow. Sorry to have to go. Yeah, happy Easter, girlfriend.